Hi BookTube, my name is Crystal and I'm also known as the BookGypsy on Instagram, and today I am doing the BookTube newbie tag. I decided to do this tag to kind of introduce myself to the community appropriately. I'm going to start off with the first question, and it says, why did you start this channel? I have been watching BookTube for probably like 3+ years now. I had come across it by just YouTubing a book review. I never really used YouTube in that aspect before, so I was like, let me try it. You know, I want to know about this book and I'm not finding much about it, so I YouTubed it and I found Christina at Pulling and Bananas Books. Her channel was hysterical. I loved her content. Everything she did was just fun and I wanted to just keep watching, so I kind of fell into a YouTube hole where I was just searching booktubers at that point, and I really fell in love with everyone's videos and the community, and I was like, wow, there's people like me out there. None of my friends read, so it's nice to know that there's other people like me out there. I'm not the only person who has stacks of books in her room. So that's, you know, the reason why I'm starting this channel is because I love books and I can't really put it all down into words, and I feel like a lot of written blogs get overlooked, and I just feel more comfortable doing it this way. I did put it off for 2 years because I was afraid of the camera. I bought a camera 2 years ago to start my own BookTube, and I would just do it and I'd film and then I'd delete it. So I finally got the courage to make my own channel. So here it is. Some fun, unique things that you can bring to YouTube. I want to create some new tags. There's so many tags floating around and everyone's done them. So I want to find a new unique way of creating tags. So that's in the works right now. I'm kind of jotting down ideas every day. I have a new one probably coming up next week. And hopefully everyone can participate in that one. And I want to have more variety. I know a lot of people on BookTube are YA readers, and I love YA. I still read YA, but I'm starting to get more into adult books. I am 30 years old, so I think my mindset is kind of changing now. I still will read YA, but I want to get more into more adult books and see what they're about. So a little bit more on my channel is going to be more adult books than most. What are you most excited for on this channel? I am most excited to get myself out there, really, and just meet new people that like books like me. I think that's the most exciting part about this. Sharing my ideas and making this this is kind of like my journal about my books. Whether people watch it or not, it's for me. That's why I'm doing it. Why do you love reading? I could go on and on about this, but I love reading because it is my way to wind down after like a long day. Kind of is my escape to like real world issues and just the day-to-day boringness of adult life. It's always been kind of like my thing. It's always been my form of entertainment. I do love TV, I do love movies, but when I get a good book, like, don't bother me. Like, I love reading. So, you know, TV and movies, you could do with friends, you could do with family, but reading is a personal experience, and that's what I really absolutely love about reading. So, that's that. What book or series got you into reading? I would have to say I remember being a kid and being obsessed with the Babysitter's Club. I would just read those books constantly, be at the library, the bookstore. I needed to get the latest one. And my mom actually has pictures of me like at my desk reading those books when I was younger, so I gotta find them and put them up. But those books really got me into reading. I couldn't put them down. And Goosebumps also. Goosebumps was definitely a big influence on my reading life. I really enjoyed Goosebumps, and it really got me into reading more horror books. I want to say, I mean, that sounds so bad, but like it introduced me into like a new level of like, I like reading and I like being scared while I'm reading. So Goosebumps was definitely another series that really got me into reading. What challenges do you think starting a BookTube channel will be the hardest to overcome? I want to say making original content, because there is so many booktubers out there, so making something original is going to be very hard to come by. But I hope people enjoy my content and subscribe and like down below. And also just getting, you know, enough subscribers to get your voice and your opinion out there, so you don't feel like you're wasting your time doing a book blog. Like I said, I am doing it for myself, but I want to get myself out there. I want people to, you know, see my reviews and enjoy what I'm reading too. When did you start reading? Probably from the moment that I could read. I definitely remember being younger, and there was a bookstore on the corner, like by my house, like literally 2 minutes away. And I want to say it was like a used bookstore, but it was also, they had new books as well. So my grandma would babysit me and my sister very often, and she would always take me for a walk, and we'd go to this bookstore every time she'd be over. And this bookstore, I fell in love with this bookstore. I want to own this bookstore now. But this bookstore just had everything I ever wanted. I remember being 10 years old reading V.C. Andrews, you know, like Flowers in the Attic. I probably shouldn't have been reading that at 10 years old, but I was. And my mom was a big reader as well, so she would take me and my sister to Barnes & Noble, and I'd always get, you know, the latest Babysitter's Club book, or the latest Goosebumps book. I even, you know, dabbled into some, I bought Stephen King when I was very young, and I don't think I read it till I was like 16. I read a lot of R.L. Stein horror, like The Girlfriend, The Boyfriend, like those old school paperbacks. I have a lot of those still. My mom had bought me my first Harry Potter book as well. So that was really a big influence in my life. Harry Potter changed like my view on reading completely. I always read books, but once I read Harry Potter, I was like, I want to read fantasy. I want to read about witches, and I want to be absorbed into a world that is nothing like what I have. So Harry Potter definitely like changed my life. And in the summers, me and my sister, we didn't go to camp. So our camp was going to the bookstore, getting books, going to the craft store, getting crafts, and just hanging out by the pool, basically. We watched TV if it was raining out. Buffy the Vampire Slayer is my favorite TV show. Supernatural is another favorite TV show, and got into that when we were younger. And also Charmed. Charmed was a huge influence on my life too. There's so many shows that, you know, we watched when we were kids, and TV and movies and all that stuff. So that was my camp. My summer camp was spent at home, but always busy. We're always busy. We're always doing something. So where do you read? Anywhere. My room, Starbucks, Barnes & Noble, outside on my patio, on car rides. Downtime at work is a big time where I read. If I don't have a client to do, I'm reading a book. You know, I always find time somewhere. Wherever I go, I'm always bringing a book with me. So whether I have 5 minutes, a half an hour, wherever I am, I tend to take a book out, whether it's on my phone or a physical copy of a book. I always have a book on me. Always. Never leave home without it. What kind of books do you like to read? I read pretty much anything that I'm interested in. So anywhere from literary fiction, young adult fiction, fantasy, sci-fi, non-fiction. I'll read anything that piques my interest. So it really depends on like my reading mood on what I'm gonna read. I prefer more like supernatural type books, more science fiction and fantasy books, but I'll read anything, really. I started reading graphic novels a lot more, which I'm enjoying, so that will be part of my reading summaries at the end of every month as well. So that's it for my BookTube newbie tag, and I'm really looking forward to being a part of this community. So thank you for all your responses and your comments on my videos. I'm like so excited, and I'll be putting out more stuff soon. So I hope you enjoy this video. Like and subscribe down below, and have a great week, everybody.